Well. Welcome back to... Oh, man, that's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, man, don't y'all wish you had one of these? So, welcome back to another edition of Knights of Christ Training Academy News Edition. Yes, we're doing a news edition. And no, I'm not getting into my personal thoughts, my personal beliefs on any of this stuff. If I do, you can kind of read me. I'm pretty easy to read. But thank you for being here. I'm not a high-tech dude. I don't write things down. I didn't script any of this. I never get on here and script anything. I never have a plan, maybe a tiny bit of one, but I just kind of roll with the punches and figure things out. And I like your guys' comments. I want to hear some stuff about what I'm going to talk about right now. And when I said not get into my personal beliefs and opinions about some things, I'm being a little facetious. So those of you who didn't pick that up, now you did. But if you want to pick it up and throw it back down, you can do whatever the hell you want. Doesn't matter to me. So first of all, I want to thank y'all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you're new to the channel, you're going to want to stick around, dude, because we actually try to help men be men, and more importantly, men of Christ, not men of Satan, the devil. All right? It's very important. Let me try to adjust this camera real quick so we can get a little bit of action here. All right, there you are. All right, so real quick, you guys. Well, not real quick. Because when you talk about leftist lunatics, and if you are a leftist lunatic, stick to this channel. Don't keep watching the news. Stay here. We'll get you to be a believer in Christ sooner than later. You can hate on me all you want. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. You're not really getting in between me and yourself. You're getting in between you and the Lord, and that's what really matters. So if you're a lunatic, feel free to sit by and help yourself. If not, then whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to read this stuff, and you guys can take away from it whatever you want. Like I said, I don't script nothing. It's all de-balonious right here and now. 8647. So when somebody with the intelligence of the Jack Clown, James Comey, former disgraced FBI director. I know the left will be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, I guess if you like him, you're a liar too. Anyways, that guy is one of the more treasonous, venomous vipers that we have in this country. 8647. What does that mean? Oh man, what do you mean? How do you figure that one out? My rifle in view? Let's put my rifle in view. I think this is necessary. How about that? Does that work better? You like guys like a rifle in the picture? I certainly do. And I like Christ in the pictures as well. Okay, so let's get back into it. Well, what do we have here? Unbelievable. I'd read off my iPad, but it's not really working at the moment. So this is from InfoWars. I know some of you aren't a fan, but whatever. It's from another news outlet, Editor's Choice or something. So here it is, just so you guys can see it. James Comey knows exactly what he's trying to say with this cryptic seashell message posted on Instagram that that homeboy decides to take down right when he posted it because he got so much pissed off anger that he had to take it down. And Mr. Homeboy is now being visited by the Secret Service. And hopefully Homeboy gets arrested along with all the other scumbags in our country that think they can just be satanic and run around and do whatever they want. When you swing the pendulum so far one way, it will, and you keep it going up, it will swing back and punch you in the mouth so hard, you won't know what hit you. I won't mince words here. James Comey knows exactly what he's trying to say with this cryptic seashell message. Of course, he'd do it in seashells. Of course, why would he do it in bullets? You know, these people are so soft. I did it in seashells. Seashells. If you believe his innocent explanation, you're either a fool or you share his sentiment. You want Donald Trump, the president of the United States, to come to harm, to be killed even. You know what? Of course they do. What would suit them better than getting rid of the guy who's actually trying to help this country? And you know what? I've been critical of him. I know I have. And so you can spill it out on the comments, whatever you want. Trust me. I mean, things change and you have to adapt to these things daily, right? I've decided to just come to terms with the fact that I'm going to try and let this thing play out and see what he does. I do know that he has sealed the border. Sealed the border. Instead of 1,800 to 10,000 per day, we're now getting maybe 35 people getting across the border. But it's so sealed up now that the human trafficking has stopped, which the left is really pissed off about. Child rape, women rape, people dying on the way here, people being killed indiscriminately. I know the left is really upset that that's not happening anymore. You know, and they were out here protesting and they want the masks to come off of ICE. Okay, well, when you have to enforce the nation's laws, I know these people they don't like the law, and you know, it's almost like whatever they think should go. Nonichka, come here, baby. Oh, sweet girl. Hi, Nona. I love it. Okay, so anyways, I'll stop it at that. Cool shell formation on my beach walk. The disgraced former FBI director captioned his post, which showed an arrangement of shells on the sand that said 8647. They read, I think it was AI generated, slop or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, so homeboy's trying to come clean with what he just did. And I don't think the American people buy it. I think there's a lot of smart people in this country. I think everybody watching this channel is smart. I think even the leftists who have tuned into this channel are kind of smart. You do have it in you, you guys. You do. Not everybody is your enemy. Your enemy is Satan, okay? And while he roams this earth, you're never going to see peace on earth, man. I don't care what sticker you put on your car, coexist, whatever you want to say. Dude, you will never see peace on earth. This is not heaven. You will never, ever see peace on earth. Good luck. Not that you believe in peace anyway, because you supported a Joe Biden who was probably the most corrupt, sellout, law-breaking president in the history of the entire country. All right, let's get into something else. Trump urges Walmart to eat the tariffs. And you know what? They could. Let's stop and think about that for a sec. Eat the tariffs after CEO claims customers will see price hikes. You know what? How about you take a loss for once instead of passing all this crap onto us? I'm really fed up with this crap, man. How much money and how many bonuses does Walmart CEO and all the other O's out there, how many price, actually, let me say this. How many raises and how many bonuses do all of them get? You know what? They pass it on to you, us, so they don't lose making $30 million a month. Who in the world needs this kind of profit anyway? If you have to take a loss, then take a loss, bud. I'm sick and tired of this nonsense, dude. Don't pass it on to us. We should be not rioting at these places, but we should be out front and demanding that they take the hit like Trump says. I totally agree with him on this. They should take it. Eat it. Like we eat it, and we've been eating it forever. I know, baby. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected, Trump tells the retail giant. How many billions of dollars do you need And stop thinking that we can just take it all. Dude, credit card debt is at a crazy high. I didn't know people could use credit like that. It's so high. We are breaking records every week on credit card debt. Given the magnitude of the tariffs, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure given the reality of narrow retail margins, CEO tells investors. You know what, that's his little cop-out, and that's basically saying that it's somebody else's fault and not theirs. The multi-billion-dollar Walmart corporation should absorb price increases resulting from President Trump's tariffs and trade deals, rather than pass the costs on to consumers, the president said. Totally, dude. I totally agree with it. Send it. We need a break. And one way that if this CEO, dude, he got rich off of our hard-earned money. And so he wants to keep dipping his hand in the pot. Not willing to ever take a cut. Sometimes I pray we have a depression in this country so everybody can feel it, including scumbag guys like this. This dude is no patriot. If he was a patriot and believed in the Lord, then he would not be doing what he was doing. Where is the giving spirit in this country? Where is it? I know you and me have it. I know little Fiona's got it. Huh, baby? You guys want to see Fiona? Come here, Nona. Come here, baby. Check out this little girl. Hold on real quick. Come here, baby. I know sweetness. Here's my little girl, Fiona. That's right, guys. Okay. So we'll end with that one. We'll trash that. Okay. Tom Homan. Biden released sex-trafficked 14-year-old migrant child rescued in Texas. Dude, sick. This is so sick. I'm sorry, Jonas. White House borders are, and I did watch the Sean Ryan show with Tom Homan. It was probably one of the better shows I've seen. I really do like the way that this guy operates. He's a very masculine male, and he's not afraid to tell you how it is. The guy obeys the law. I didn't find anything that he said to be wrong at all. We are a nation of laws, right? If we didn't have laws, there'd be anarchy everywhere. All right? White House borders czar Tom Homan told the Republican National Lawyers Association that a 14-year-old unaccompanied alien child was discovered being sex trafficked by 2 adult males in Texas. During a speech on Friday, Homan says the rescue conducted 2 days before is just one example of what agents are finding in the search for unaccompanied alien children released by the Biden administration. Currently, we have about 300,000 children that have been lost under the far left lunatic presidency of the ill Joe Biden and his associates, Mayorkas and all of these guys. And I want to see heads roll. I want to see prison time. Why are these dudes on the street? Do we not have the evidence and the proof to put these people in prison for what they've done to our poor citizens? And look, Laken Riley is one. There are so many, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories like that. It's not just that one. It is so many different stories that are so depressing. It makes you want to go on a rampage. I know, I'm not myself right now. I'm a little pissed off. I am a little pissed off, and it's okay. My heart melts and cries for these poor children and for the poor women raped, the people who drown in the Rio Grande. They come here they're being told they'll be given everything. And you know what? The people that make it were. And you know what? It's these far left lunatics too that, listen, there's right-wing lunatics as well. And I pray all of you come in, embrace us, and start looking at Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. That's the only way you're going to get over this lunacy out here in the world. Like these people down in my beloved capital, Carson City, You know, never mind. I'm not going to say it. You guys know what's on my mind. Homeman made his remarks during the 2025 National Policy Conference in Washington, D.C., an annual event hosted by the Republican National Lawyers Association. During his remarks, Trump's supporters are described the difficult search for more than 500,000 unaccompanied children who were released into the United States during the Biden administration. According to Homeman, 300,000 remain missing. You know, it's going to take Jesus in these people's hearts. It's going to take Jesus. They can't do it themselves, so pray for them. They need help. If you're leftist and you want to be a man or you want to learn how to be a real woman, Christ is how you do it. You don't do it any other way, bud. Chick. Unbelievable. So whatever your guys' opinion is on this type of stuff, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Now I'm going to get to this last one, which sucks. And I will give you a raw detail of what I think this is. I don't think I'm wrong, because I think the Lord talks to us in all kinds of different ways. Very intense explosion rocks Palm Springs fertility clinic, leaving one dead. Okay, so what they've found so far is a car bomb. One person's dead. They don't know exactly who it is, but they'll find out who did this, and they're labeling it terrorism. Let me give you one hint as to who I think it is. Could it be a far left lunatic who's for abortion, who's probably transgender, probably doesn't know who the hell they are in the first place? Probably. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I'll say that right after this. At least one person is dead and 5 injured after a car exploded in front of a fertility clinic in Palm Springs, California. This was a powerful explosion, and if you've seen it, it's gnarly. This was a powerful explosion, a law enforcement source told NBC News, describing a very large debris field and damage to multiple nearby businesses. The explosion happened less than a mile from downtown Palm Springs with a device that was either in or near a vehicle parked by American reproductive centers. God forbid that women want to have children because they can't get pregnant by their husband. Mayor Ron DeHart said, fortunately, the clinic appeared not to be open Saturday. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. A car was on fire. I was driving by and took this. I can't confirm the cause of the explosion, whether the explosion set the car on fire or whatever. Yeah, so, I mean, if you look this up, you can find it. It's in Palm Springs, California. This was a terrorist attack. When you see an aerial view of it or a street view of it, the car was parked behind the building. And the explosion was meant to go straight into the building. It wasn't meant to explode outwards. It was designed to go one direction. That's sophisticated, okay? You don't just build something like that and expect it to work. That takes some sophistication and training to build that type of explosive device. Wow, look. Oh my gosh, there's body parts. Reports of a loud boom, billowing. Look at that's a chunk of flesh. Gnarly, dude. That guy's no more. And probably in hell. More than likely in hell. Reports of a loud boom and billowing smoke made their way around social media at about 11 a.m. local time. Dang, it's charred too. Oh my gosh. That's gnarly, dude. With some saying that they heard or felt it miles away. A chunk of flesh can be seen on the street. Website for the clinic lists fertility treatments such as IVF and egg freezing. You know, first of all, I'd like to say a prayer for all the women and the husbands that are out there. I pray that the Lord comes into your life and gives you what you want. Sarah in the Bible, well, no, it was, actually, no, I can't remember it at the moment. It's in the Old Testament. I'd have to get back and read it. I'm not going to make any mistakes for you guys. When it comes to the Lord, I don't want to give you guys anything that I could be wrong on. So I'll get back to that in a later episode. Thank God today happened to be a day that there were no patients. Thank the Lord. And you know, I do pray that all you women can get pregnant the natural way. And I pray you men who have fertility problems, I pray that the Lord blesses you and gives you the children that you want. Because I know your wife is dying to have some fun and make babies. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those at that. What I personally think goes against so far the YouTube narrative of how, you know, they all seem to go with kind of the same thing. That's why I mix things up a little bit when I do these news things. I don't like to go with what everyone else is doing. Like, if somebody's talking about when tariffs were the super big problem, everybody on YouTube was doing the tariff thing. It's ridiculous, man. I get the algorithm, and that's what the algorithm is pushing. But you know what? We're here for a different reason, and we're not here to just obey to the and submit to the algorithm and just to get millions of views or something. That's not who we are. You know, some people in the comments have said, "Oh, dude, you're just trying to get clicks, and this is clickbait." You know, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, sure. Does it look like YouTube is pushing us on any video? Does it really? No, they don't. They don't push us because we're for masculinity, femininity. We want men to be men and women to be women, and we both have a role in a beautiful relationship that Jesus Christ of Nazareth created to glorify him. It's that simple, and it works really, really well. The kingdom of heaven on earth is a man who's loyal to God. His wife is loyal to God and the husband, and they have children. And they have no phones at the dinner table. And they're talking about the Lord, and they're praying about the Lord. That is the kingdom of heaven on earth here, all right? So, okay, I'm going to get into one more thing, and then I'm going to let you go. In my personal opinion, as things start to progress in this country and the left gets angrier and angrier and angrier, plus we have a debt that is completely and totally out of control. Now, you can agree with Donald Trump's spending bill, which is $5.3 trillion. My question is, where are the cuts? Where are the cuts? Where's the cuts to national security? Where's the cuts to the IRS? Where's the cuts to the ATF? You might as well just get rid of the ATF. You know, where are the cuts in the Department of Justice? Why are these agencies still so giant? We don't need to fund giant government. We need a tiny government who's for the people and works for us. They work for us. We don't work for them. They think it's the other way around. If at any time in the future, I get an opportunity to go in front of a Senate panel or a congressional panel, I will let every one of them know they work for me. I pay taxes. You work for me. This doesn't go the other way around. Just because you guys think you got special privileges doesn't mean you could treat me like that or anyone else like that. You work for me. You're going to see some problems, you guys. And I know a lot of you guys think that too. That is why I am a strong advocate of training with firearms. Okay? Especially an AR-15 type rifle. This is a 300 Blackout. I make my own ammo. Yep, that's the 110 grain VMAX that I make. Push-pull, baby. You guys, when it comes to debt, when it comes to societal decay, When it comes to high inflation, the government spending trillions and trillions of dollars, look, you're gonna need to make a decision financially, spiritually, physically, mentally. All these things you're gonna need to sit down with your family and start talking about, because eventually something is going to happen in our country. And it's just a matter of time, you guys. It's just a matter of time. What I think is gonna go down is probably something like October 7th, these guys are talking about. What happened in Israel, that could very well happen here. See it, this thing. Okay, yeah, it turns on. Okay, good. NSA, CIA, FBI, Department of Justice all think that October 7th, American style, is going to take place within the next 18 months. It could happen today, tomorrow. This could be the beginning of it. You could see some really crazy things happening in this country that will cripple our economy. Okay, and it will cripple people. People won't know what to do. And that means we're very vulnerable. And that means that you guys who haven't gotten the training with these things yet, who haven't gotten any fight training yet, who haven't really done much of anything, you guys are gonna need to put it in overdrive. I'm sorry, but this country's on borrowed time, man. Just like every other empire in the world has been on borrowed time. Personally, I don't think we have a long time. I think we have just enough time to where we can get our houses in order. I mean, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. Talk to each other in the comments. Ask each other, dude, what are you guys doing? What training group did you guys train with? I trained with LMS Defense, and you can find their classes online. Okay? When our website, Knights of Christ Training Academy, our website is being built. We're going to start doing some content, video stuff this week. Okay? It takes time to do this. I apologize for making you guys wait, but the Knights of Christ Training Academy is going to be legit. And we want to make sure that it goes as planned. All right, so it's taking a little bit more time. Now we're going to have firearms training. We're going to have fight training. I've been training fighting for 15, 16 years now. And you're going to learn a little bit of judo, some jiu-jitsu. You're definitely going to learn a lot of submissions. We're not by any means black belt jiu-jitsu practitioners here. We are not. Our bread and butter is mostly stand-up kickboxing, American-style kickboxing, and an aggressive form of karate called Tung Sudo. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're going to be doing a lot of exercise, man. It's going to be a discipline-minded course that you guys are going to want to definitely take full advantage of. Lots of exercise, man. It's going to be up at 4 a.m., grind all day, and then whatever event we have planned for later in the day, like maybe firearms training or fight training, we're going to be doing that for a while. And, you know, we're taking care of your meals. We're doing all that fun stuff. Transportation, all taken care of. Housing, all taken care of. It's going to be in the fee that we're going to be charging each individual. Now, look, we're not looking to become millionaires with this program. We are here to help men become the men they need to be in their families and in their communities, okay? That's why we're doing this. If you're 18 all the way up to 55, 67, whatever, we'll take you, man. We'll take you, and we're going to be doing the right thing here, and we're going to be worshiping the Lord, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. It's going to be good. So prep up, ladies and gentlemen. Firearms, ammunition. If you guys need ammo, just let me know. You guys know I'll get you taken care of. You guys in the comments who have emailed me privately and asked for ammo, you guys know I pull through. I usually ship it next day. Food, water, non-perishables, you guys, for your food storage. If a natural disaster happened or a massive terrorist attack happened and you had to shelter in place, do you have what it takes to survive for 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months? Do you have it? Do you have enough for a prolonged period of time? If we're in a massive depression in this country, do you have the preps necessary to get yourself through and your family through? You got it. You're gonna need it. In times like these, we tend to hit the bottles more, drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, and do things that make us comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but the time for being comfortable is now over. It is ended. It's deceased. It is time to pick up your cross and really start getting into it hardcore. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just giving you what I think we have coming down the road, man. And most of the time, the security analysts, even before 9/11, security analysts were talking the way that they're talking now. And DOJ and FBI have put out alerts indicating that at some point we're gonna get hit. They can't tell us what it is. They don't want to look like they're wrong. So what you have to assume is that it's not gonna be good. It's not. And I encourage you guys to really get some training in your fighting arena, your firearms arena. You guys, it makes a world of difference. It makes a monumental difference when you learn to train with these, when you learn how to fight with this thing right here. You fight with this. So when you go to firearms training class, you're learning how to fight with this. When you go to a kickboxing class, you're learning to fight with these. And your knees and your legs, you're learning how to fight. You're gonna have to defend yourself, your friends, your family. You might be called, who knows, by the community to maybe help out police officers, to maybe help out the deputies. Those guys are good guys, man. The men and women, our first responders, man, that 1%, man, they're the best. They really lay it down on the line every single day, man, and you may be called to go with them. So don't you want to be a man and step up to the plate and say, yes, I will go. Send me. Yes, send me, Lord, please. Lord, thank you for this opportunity. Get your grind on, guys. 14.5 miles today, running in the hills. How do I do it? I don't know. I just put my head down and get it done. I don't care what it takes. It's that hard discipline, having it every single day. Waking up, brush my teeth, drink water. I hit the ice bath for 3 to 4 minutes. Get out, warm up a little bit, have my coffee, breakfast. You know, that's what I'm doing. I don't drink alcohol. I paint houses right now and I load some ammunition. Ammunition's a little slow, so that's why I'm back to painting houses. Okay? So there's time to do everything. Okay? If you don't have time for 14 miles, dude, go do 5 and then hit the deck and do some push-ups, pull-ups, kettlebell work, dumbbell work, whatever it is. Get moving, get strong. What do you see, Nona? What do you see? The mouse? See a mouse, girl? My little sweetheart. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Just try to prepare. That's all I'm saying. Don't get out of control. Don't freak out. Sit down, figure out what you need, come up with a game plan. It's time to war game things now. Like, how am I gonna get my fitness in? How am I gonna get my eating healthy in? How am I gonna, and you can solve each one of these problems. I don't have much time for the Bible. Make time. God made time for you dying on the cross. You can make time for him. That's it. You shouldn't even have a debate about that one. That should just be, I need to do this, I will do this, I can, I will, I must do this. There's like a mouse over there. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I don't say it at the beginning of these videos, which I'm tempted to, but I don't. You know, we're different here. We're not pushing gold. We're not pushing whatever. We're pushing, let's be men here. All right? If you like this message, send it out, dude. I know the algorithm doesn't like us, but it was like 8 videos prior to this one. We got like 6,000 views on one, and we actually beat the algorithm that day. I don't know why, but we just did. We need to keep doing it more, man. We all need to help each other and help these poor men out there and poor women who don't have anybody to help them. We need to help them. So anyways, that's all I got for you. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm out of here. Later.